So if I go up to speed and then I hit pause, it'll pause it, and then you just hit the dial again to get it to go back to where you were. So let's say you were blending something or juicing something and you wanted to pause it because you had to prep something, you could just hit pause, which is, you know, helpful.
Okay.
You look a little perplexed.
Okay,
Let's go up to top speed.
why would you pause it instead of just turning it off and on again?
Because, like I said,
does the motor need to spin up before you put things in it?
it's just a feature that I like because let's say I'm not ready with something.
Yeah.
Right? But I want to keep juicing. I don't want it to stop the process. I want to be able to just go back up to speed again fast.
Yeah.
It'll do that for me quickly. As opposed to canceling and then having to go up to speed slower. It saves you a few seconds.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay.
Okay? So that's the only reason I would want to do that.
Okay.
With blending, let's say a recipe says blend for a certain amount of time. So let's just take this off so you can see what happens when we're in blending mode.
Because this is both your juicer and your blender.
One base, two functions. So blender jug goes on, and notice how this is giving me this little depiction. It's not going to let me do anything until this is locked.
I like
now I'm in blender mode. So when I'm blending, it's timing it. Okay, so let's say a recipe tells you blend for blah, blah, blah. Pause the process. Go get what you need to get. Not everybody has their mise en place ready.
Yeah.
So having the pause button is fantastic with blending when you have time intervals in the recipe.
And it just saves on the wear and tear of the motor turning on and off on the inside.
And then this, I would just turn the dial again to get it to go back to where we were.
I really like the lock.
The lock, yeah. Because you can't accidentally turn on the juicer, which is really important, or the blender when the handle is down. But most people who blend without a lid, it's unfortunately going to still do that if the handle is up. So, yeah. We always tell people, make sure the lid is secured because that's not something you want to happen when you're blending. So Ryan, we decided we're not just going to show the Bluicer. We're going to show the Super Q as well, which is that guy over there. That's our super blender. We're going to do soup in that one, and we'll end off with that. So we'll start with the Bluice. Hold on.
How was that?
So this has to pop down. That goes on top. Now the handle can go up.
All right.
And now we can juice. And this is my pro tip.
Bag in your pulp bin.
Yes, this will save on pulp. Yeah, pulp collector, pulp bin. This will help tremendously. So I always keep my extras in the bottom. Yeah. For the next one. It's kind of like the garbage bin.
Just like the garbage can, yeah.
Exactly.
When you take one out, there's already one there to put back.
In. Exactly. So we just pop that underneath and we make sure that's in there securely. Otherwise, if it's not sitting flush, you'll have a pulpy mess everywhere. Because what's going to happen is, especially when we do... Yeah, well, kind of, right? Like, if you have it like this, it's butt up against the lip. So you have to get under that lip.
Gotcha.
And then it's basically locked into place. Like, I can't easily pull it away. Now, I wanted to show you that we can Bluice, where we juice directly into the blender jug and we do our thing that way. But we can actually juice directly into a cup. Are you filming right now?
Yeah, I'm just kind of like...
Okay, cool.
Lighting all that
I'm just gonna get a glass to do it in. So when we're juicing, I like that they give you this option. Yeah. Because not everybody wants to juice into a blender jug. Yeah. Right?
Well, sometimes you just want a cup of juice.
Exactly.
Like I want some fresh squeezed orange juice. I don't want to do another dish.
No, you just want it into a glass. So we give you this accessory. The other thing I love too, so on machines like our Juice Fountain Cold XL, better not mess that up during the live Bluicer. It doesn't come with this little plug.
Okay.
That's here. So I love this because it plugs it caps it off, right? But this still comes with this attachment, so you can just turn it up.
And let gravity do the work.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't have dripping juice after you've juiced into your big jug. Okay, so that shows you this cool accessory. So let's juice so you can see it in action.
What kind of juice are we making?
We're making carrot, apple, ginger, maybe celery too if you want celery juice.
Yum.
So let's start with...
Should you start hard or soft and then,
so I like
or does it matter?
It kind of does. So I like to start with the more delicate stuff because what will happen is it's spinning at a lower speed on the lower speed. So a thing like citrus, we're going to put it up to 3. And you always turn the juicer on first before you put anything in, because what can happen is you can
overload it.
Exactly, and it can torque, right? And you could bust the machine.
Your motor
exactly.
And your thing.
Exactly. So now you lift this, put it back down quickly. There's my citrus right into my glass. Not a lot, but not a bad yield considering. So you could juice a bunch of oranges and have fresh orange juice. Yeah, absolutely.
Really quickly too.
So now pop it up to like a level 8. And let's do a couple of apples. Maybe 3. 1. Yeah, I gotta give it a good push. 2, 3. Throw a piece of ginger in there. Top speed. Isn't that nice? Whoa, we're already at the max. I wasn't watching. I forget that I wasn't doing it into a jug. But look how much juice we got.
Okay, so then pause, cancel.
Yeah, you just hit the on-off button again. Yeah. So not too shabby. I probably should have been watching. That was bad.
That's why we rehearse.
We don't do that live. But we're not going to do the one glass
Sounds
anyway.
like a challenge.
No, it is not a challenge. OMG. Definitely not.
I hear you.
Oh my God.
I hear you. Challenge accepted.
No, but I always joke and I say, listen, my friends, if we're not making a mess in the kitchen, we're not having fun. Not everybody likes the foam because you see how you get like your juice.
Yeah.
You get some pulp and then you get the foam. That's from that high spinning.
That's just aerated
that centrifugal.
Juice,
exactly. This will settle.
Yeah.
And it will be very juicy because our carrots are very juicy. And you could just drink a straight cup of juice. We're going to separate this because sharing is caring. I just want to clean up the mess I made. Technically the mess you made.
I made.
So now the biggest complaint I get from people is cleanup, right? And I'll talk about this live, but I'm going to say to everybody, I'm giving you my pro tips because I want to set you up for success. The bag is a pro tip.
Yeah.
The other pro tip is something that gets overlooked with the cleaning brush. This is to clean the blade and basket. This is for this. So I literally flip this over into the pulp collector and you see how it scrapes beautifully right into my bag. It gets in here, all of this. So all of this isn't going to end up in your sink now.
It's all actually pretty dry though, right?
Yeah, but
like,
exactly.
I know it's a juicer in it, but I expected that to be a lot.
That's the thing.
Wetter.
I know. That's the thing about Breville's juicers.
Like,
because they're so high powered, you get a very dry juice. You could put it through again, but you might get a few drops if you're lucky, right? The other cool thing that I like to show people, it doesn't blend the seeds of apples or like
or a lot of
grapes.
Carrot skin. You could
tell that the skin of the skin of the ginger, right? So you don't have to peel your ginger. But what I wanted to find is some apple seeds because I love showing people, or like the stem of the apple. Oh man, I just saw it.
Are you going to talk about what you can do with the pulp?
Yeah, we can totally talk about that. Absolutely. So a stem And where are my Johnny apple seeds? They tend to get like just stuck with the, oh, there's one.
What would you do with the pulp?
Make dog
A
treats.
seed.
You can put it
That
in
doesn't end up in
muffins.
your juice.
Nope.
Or like, not even like some sort of shredded up version.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And let's say your peel, you didn't want all of your peel. It even like look how much it gets of the apple. A lot of people like to cut their peel off their apple, right? So it actually doesn't really juice a lot of the peel either. So that's why I tell people you could put your citrus in with the peel on if you don't mind that extra bitterness and you've cleaned it properly.
Yeah.
Like I clean it with some
gonna,
hot water.
Because it's going to not
and some
juice the actual peel.
food-safe stuff.
It's just juicing
Exactly,
the inside.
exactly. So I like to go through the pulp just to show people, and maybe we'll leave these and we can show them, hey, I'm not kidding. We juiced some apples and carrots earlier, and look what we found in our pulp, seed and stem, and I'll go like this.
Yeah.
So you're not getting that in your juice because